Good morning, students. Today in this session we are going to discuss about obstacles to economic growth. Hope you remember that in the previous session we have dealt with economic development and economic growth. To recollect, let me tell you the meaning of economic growth. Economic growth is nothing but it is the end product of the long process of development. Now we are going to discuss about obstacles to economic growth. Obstacles means hindrances to economic growth. First, we have vicious circle of poverty. Next, market imperfections. Third, low rate of capital formation. Fourth, socio-cultural obstacles. Fifth, international forces. And the last one is administrative incompetence and corruption. Now, let's discuss in detail all these obstacles. First one is vicious circle of poverty. According to Professor Knox, vicious circle of poverty implies a circular constellation of forces tending to act and react upon one another in such a way as to keep a poor country in a state of poverty. A country is poor because it is poor. Now, this can be explained in the following manner. A poor man may not have adequate food to eat, and consequently, he will be undernourished and weak. As a result of his physical weakness, his capacity to work will be very low, which means poor earning power. This poor earning power perpetuates his poverty, and again he could not eat adequate food, leading to poor health and productivity. Likewise, so this concept holds good for a poor country. Next, second one is market imperfection. According to Mayer and Baldwin, market imperfections relate to immobility of factors, price rigidity, ignorance of market conditions, rigid social structure, and lack of specialization. Now, these factors will act as frictions and impediments in the achievements of an optimum allocation of resources. Now, due to these market imperfections, the efficiency of production in the economy becomes very low, and the country's natural resources may remain unutilized or underutilized. Now, the labor cannot move freely in search of higher rewards. Now, thus the country's resources will remain unutilized. Fine. Next, third one is low rate of capital formation. Now, the low rate of capital formations results out of the vicious circle of poverty. Now, this poverty is the cause and consequences of a country's low capital formation. Even the available capital will not be utilized for productive purposes. Now, they will be invested in gold, jewelry, real estate, and commodity hoards. Now, the expenditure pattern in underdeveloped countries will be mostly on value retaining objects and durable consumer goods. Now, there will be no incentive among the people to save and invest due to political instability, then unsettled monetary conditions, and also rickety land tenurial system. So, these all are the hurdles or the hindrance which we call it as market imperfections. Next, fourth one, socio-cultural obstacles. Now, apart from the capital deficiency in backward economies, there will be obstacles due to social and cultural attitude. Now, the existing social institutions would create maximum resistance to economic development and social change. Now, the rigid stratification of society and traditional beliefs, then pattern of living, concepts of social dignity, loyalties towards caste and ethnic groups, then regional identifications, etc. These all would stand in the way of accepting the new set of values created by inventions and innovations. Now, how can you bring the change? Only when there is a radical change in the minds and attitudes of the people, the process of economic development will take place. Okay. Next, fifth one, international forces. Now, according to the economists like Gunnar Myrdal, Arthur Lewis, Prabhu Sringar, the gains of international trade have gone mainly to developed countries, and the underdeveloped countries have become much impoverished. That is, though we our export have increased much in the world trade, the effort has not much contributed to the development of the rest of the economy or the backward countries. So the main reason is that every backward country like our country India, the export sector, that is the phenomenal dimensions, that is these backward economies have seriously exposed themselves to international fluctuations, and consequently they suffer due to cyclical instability and balance of payment difficulties. Okay. And the last one is administrative incompetence and corruption. In many of the underdeveloped countries, administrative incompetence, then corruption have become the major obstacles to economic development. So, what do we need? We need a well trained and honest, dedicated administrative setup. This is very essential for proper economic development of the country. So, the existence of a strong, competent political setup with stable government, free from corruption alone, can maintain law and order and security of the people, and also which are essential for economic development of the country. Okay, thank you.